And we're going to start with the somewhat obscure country of Romania. Very fine history, but what with Joe Biden? Why was he so obsessed with Romania? Well, a million reasons why he may have been obsessed with Romania. It has been established by the House Oversight Committee that $1 million came from a very shady person, very powerful person in Romania to the Biden family. It came from Romania. $1 million to Hunter, to Hunter's uncle, Joe's brother, his girlfriend. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. This should be the #1 or #2 story in the world right now, and it's not. Why? Because it's Republicans. It's the House Oversight Committee, and they don't get any respect. This committee is great, by the way, chaired by James Comer. They are on fire. They are doing important work. They are doing the work that needs to be done, and this man is important. I know. They're not paying attention. Someday they will. We are right now. Take a look.
While Vice President Biden was lecturing Romania on anti-corruption policies, in reality, he was a walking billboard for his son and family to collect money. Hunter Biden and his associates capitalized on a lucrative financial relationship with a Romanian national who was under investigation for and later convicted of corruption in Romania. The Bidens received over $1 million for the deal, and 16 of the 17 payments to their associates' account that funneled the Biden's money occurred while Joe Biden was vice president.
This is big stuff. I knew about China. Now, Romania, and yes, Joe did go to Romania in 2014 and lectured them about corruption. It's very interesting that Joe Biden goes to these countries that are, kind of sketchy a little bit in terms of handling corruption. Ukraine had a reputation as one of the most corrupt countries in the world. Romania has struggled with that issue. And here comes Joe, talking big game.
Corruption is a cancer that eats away at a citizen's faith in democracy, diminishes the instinct for innovation and creativity. It saps the collective strength and resolve of a nation. Corruption is just another form of tyranny.
Very high-sounding words that he doesn't mean. They just sound good, right, Joe? I do believe, and it looks like the Oversight Committee has established again, is a corrupt politician. I mean, why would he be getting all this money from Ukraine, from this character? This notorious corrupt oligarch in Romania was sending millions of dollars to the Biden family associates, and then they tracked the money to Biden family members. No kidding. A lot of Biden family members. Okay, the list has gotten bigger. Listen to this.
Joe Biden's brother's wife, Hunter Biden's girlfriend or Beau Biden's widow, however you want to write that, Hunter Biden's ex-wife, Hunter Biden's current wife, and 3 children of the president's son and the president's brother. So we're talking about a grandchild. That's odd. Most people that work hard every day's grandchild doesn't get a wire from a foreign national.
Yeah, you're right about that, huh? Amazing. Hey, imagine if this were Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer saying this stuff about a Republican. Wall-to-wall coverage. But they're kind of like almost lonely. The room wasn't even full with reporters. Nancy Mace standing there on the right, Republican of South Carolina. Now, I'm not the biggest fan. She voted to impeach Trump, but actually it adds credibility to this committee. The committee already has credibility with me without her, but for those rhinos, whatever, I mean, she's basically a Trump hater, and she's all over this. Take a look.
When Jeremic ran for UN Security General, who did he turn to? It appears he turned to Hunter Biden. On June 16, 2016, Jeremic wrote to Hunter asking if he could meet with the vice president's national security advisor, Colin Kahl, related to the elections for UN Security General. The meeting appears to have happened because on July 2nd, 2016, Jeremick informed Hunter that my meeting, quote, with Colin did not last very long, but it didn't go too bad, I think.
All right. It gets complicated. It gets convoluted. And she's going to acknowledge that. What did you just summarize there? Some prominent politician in Serbia, all right, is doing business with the Chinese, a firm that's also doing business with the Biden folks, right? And somehow that man is put in touch with Hunter. Hunter puts him in touch with Vice President Biden's national security advisor because he thinks that will help him become UN Secretary General. It's crazy stuff. It is complicated. It's weird, but they've documented it. It's happened. And anyway, but it can get a little complicated.
If it looks complicated and sounds complicated, it was intentionally made to be complicated so you could not follow the money.
Not follow the money. And they're doing their best. And oh, by the way, all this money is coming into the Bidens. What do they do? What do they do for it? What is their skill? It's a great question.
These people didn't come to Hunter Biden because he understood world politics or that he was experienced in it or that he understood Chinese businesses. They wanted him for the access his last name gave them. Access to the Chinese Communist Party they couldn't otherwise get.
Makes total sense, doesn't it? It really does. Hunter and Joe. Now some people are saying, well, none of this goes to Joe Biden. It goes to Hunter. It goes to Joe Biden's brother. It goes to the grandchildren. You heard all those people. Byron Donalds, another superstar in the Oversight Committee. Check this out.
The Biden family doesn't really have a business. There is no business structure around this family except politics. And since Joe Biden has spent decades in the Senate, served 8 years as vice president, and is now president of the United States, and the family's getting money from various countries and foreign businesses through various shell companies and this web of LLCs. I mean, guys, you in the press, this is easy pickings. I'm giving you Pulitzer stuff here.
Well, they're not interested for the most part. And the committee said $10 million they've documented so far. $10 million came to the Bidens through from these countries that we really shouldn't be taking money from. Obviously, it's convoluted. Sometimes it can be dry. I know it might be more fun to talk about Dylan Mulvaney again, right? Complaining about that beer situation, which is horrendous. But, you know, you'd be surprised how much of the conservative media is even blowing off this story, right? And going full bore, Dylan Mulvaney. That's old news. This is important, very important. And look, Joe Biden is a flat-out liar. Some of us have known that for a very, very long time. But this has been proven untrue beyond a shadow of a doubt. And Donald Trump was on to him. This is the debate in the fall of 2020.
I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe, and your son gave you. They even have a statement that we have to give 10% to the big man. You're the big man, I think. I don't know. Maybe you're not, but you're the big man, I think. Your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe, what's that all about? It's terrible.
Did you see Joe's reaction? Who, me? Yeah, him. Joe is not telling the truth here. And we know that, by the way, even Democrats, liberals, because, well, Hunter Biden's lawyers have contradicted what Joe Biden's about to say. Check this out.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China. I have not had the only guy made money from China is this guy. He's the only one. Nobody else has made money from China.
Well, again, as I mentioned, Hunter Biden's lawyers said, oh, yeah, there was money, but it was good faith seed money from a legitimate Chinese firm. As part of that joint Chinese venture, Hunter received his portion of good faith seed funds, all right, which he shared with his uncle. Of course you would share it with your uncle and your girlfriend, Haley Biden. Right, sure. Now, Joe has been confronted about this because the stuff about China we knew, the stuff about Romania is new. We knew that. Now this is new. But what did he say when confronted with this evidence about China? And his lawyers, Hunter's, already said they got the money. What did he do?
An irrational reaction to House GOP's new memo about your family dealings, sir?
Family dealings.
Yes, you're revealing that Hunter Biden's business associate sent over $1 million to 3 of your family members. Any reaction to that report?
Not true.
Do you have any reaction to the Russian jet that took down the U.S. drone, Mr. President?
Not true. Not true. And he just kind of backs up, almost like he's retreating. Along the way, Hunter Biden got a great big fat diamond. They gave him a diamond. Was that good faith seed money? Got it from some Chinese oligarch. Why? They wanted influence inside our government, and they also want to, I believe, lessen our power, weaken the United States of America. Why was Joe Biden so obsessed with Ukraine, oh, by the way, one of the most corrupt countries in the world? And Joe insisted on going over there and meeting with the president all the way up until his very last week in office. And what did he actually mean by this?
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
That's when he's an ex-vice president bragging about this arrangement. Do you know, Donald Trump saw this on television and just started asking questions about it, and they impeached him for it. He said that in a public forum. Donald Trump had every right to say, hey, President Z, is this true? Joe Biden's bragging about getting people fired in your country. Maybe you should look into it. He just said it on TV. Remember? That actually led to an impeachment.